What the fucking hell is this? To Southend-on-Sea. That fucking miserable bitch looking at me. Right, so this is Southend-on-Sea. Believe it or not, you'll have to see it in a minute. Anyone who's read Camp of the Saints, we're literally living in them times. I'm not making this up. Unbelievable. This ain't a fiction movie, this is real. I actually can't believe what I'm saying. County Borough, Southend-on-Sea, on the threat of invasion by the German forces in 1940. 1804 of these concrete blocks were constructed on this sea front as part of the coastal defences. What was the fucking point? Yeah, all the shite from the Thames probably getting driven out. Oh. Better play to them, wouldn't want to be getting in there.
It's just all the wire.
It's a nice shot of the old pier. Get it in focus. Obviously quite a lot of rain off to the west. Then there'll be Tilbury Docks over that way. All the way along. Loads of rain over to the west. So, you alright, Tom? What did you make of that? So this is that was Southend-on-Sea today, and bizarre. So that was coming to the end of my day anyway, and I took a long wander down towards the east, you know, away from the town centre along the front, and I saw one or two people walking around with like them bed sheets on. And I was, my initial thoughts were Halloween's not for another 2 months, so what's going on there? You know what I mean? I knew what was really going on, but yeah. And as I approached closer, and when I could see just over the top of the concrete blocks, I could see just a mass of people in white bed sheets, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? And obviously, they weren't causing any harm. I think they were Nigerians. There are some sort of sub-Saharan Africans, aren't there? Probably Nigerians, maybe from the Congo, I really don't know. Christians, I think. And basically what they're doing is baptising themselves, which apparently happens every year. They're not harming anybody, I'm not going to say that. But what it really, really reminded me of was Jean Raspail, if that's how you pronounce it. He was a Frenchman who wrote a book called Camp of the Saints, I think in the early 70s. And it foretold a future in the Western world where we were so softened up and weakened that we knew basically millions of migrants were coming from the Ganges. Obviously, basically you're saying the Ganges is an example, but you know, we're talking Africa, the Middle East, South Central Asia. There was an absolute tidal wave of migrants coming to the West, and the Western world had ages to prepare for it, to try and stop it. And it told us everything about what happened with like the James O'Brien types, these delusional liberal wankers, who at the end of the book he basically gets his own comeuppance where he realises his delusional fantasy is it just doesn't work. And that's an example of one of the reporters anyway in the book, but stood there on the shores of the Thames, you know, on the beach of Southend-on-Sea, looking at that. It was just like, and I was chatting to a lad there, who was from West Essex, and just by chance he happened to come across. I was about to go, and then he turned up, and then I stayed for a bit longer. But we started chatting. Turns out we're identical in the way we think. So yet again, it's quite reassuring to know there's plenty of us out there, but it's still well switched on to what's going on with the what should we call it, the disease that's supposedly going on. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I was still quite blown away by it. I made sure to stand and really watch it, because it is like watching the end of Western civilization as we get colonised. Because you've got that going on at Southend-on-Sea. In Birmingham with Ramadan, you're going to have God knows how many Muslims doing their call to prayer bollocks, you know, out in fields and parks. Same as at London. And obviously, even now at New York, isn't it? In New York, you've got the migrants landing there. So, again, Camp of the Saints, it's happening. You know, we're living in them times. Most of Paris has been colonised by them. Most of London's been... Well, London is no longer an English city, is it? Yeah, it's crazy. But YouTube, I know you're going to censor this video and shut it down, because this will probably take off quite well. I would have thought this video. But I'm sure you're going to censor it and make sure it doesn't get out there. But yeah, this is Britain in 2023. Imagine what it's going to be like in 5 or 6 years' time. Bear in mind, our birth rates are low and theirs are high. Doesn't look good, does it? Also, on a final note, the camera didn't really pick it up, but the little videos afterwards, there was times where I was the only white person walking around on that beachfront. You know, there's loads of Africans, loads of Muslims, loads of Asians, a couple of white people with... It's... we weren't causing any problems, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it doesn't feel like living in England anymore. Certainly not the England I grew up in 30 odd years ago. Yeah, and that's it. Cheers.